Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, the CS for Agriculture, Mithika Linturi, is a man under siege. And going by what took place in this country, up to where we have reached, as far as the issue of impeachment is concerned, this man should have just resigned. For heaven's sake, he should have left Kenyans alone. But because this administration is full of greedy people, the man is still around hanging on the coat of the president, hoping that at least he will be saved. By the time the first voting happened in the National Assembly, whether this matter should proceed on impeachment, when majority voted to support it, it was the right time for Mithika Linturi to make that very well-informed decision to resign. Or if not resigning, at least, for heaven's sake, step aside so that the case can be heard without any interference. But because of the Kenya Kwanza's nature of doing things, he has to be around the office and try by all means to interfere with evidence, intimidate those who want to give out, evidence that can conclusively kick him out. The man is still there. So yesterday, the selective committee officially started hearing this matter. They have up to 10 days to make a conclusion on the findings. And therefore, Honorable Jack Wambok decided to go for lawyer John Khaminwa, a man who is never compromised, as his lawyer to represent him in this matter. So, the 87 years old John Khaminwa appeared before the committee. And there is one thing he has argued, Mithika Linturi, that as matter of principle, he should have resigned like yesterday to help sort out this issue in peace. As matter of principle. Forget about all the other things, evidence and all those, whether he did or not, he was involved or not, or who were involved. As matter of principle, being an officer in charge of Ministry of Agriculture, going by what has happened, it is true, we received the soil in the name of fertilizer. Mithika Linturi should have resigned. When he saw members of parliament voting to support this motion, it was the right time for him to open his eyes and go. And therefore, according to Khaminwa, who has been in legal practice for more than 50 years, Mithika Linturi must just go, and this matter should be speed up so that this man is shown doors because he's not willing to go.
Mama Mboka would say Honorable Linturi should have resigned long time ago as a matter of principle. He should not continue to be a minister in charge of agriculture at all. I argue very respectfully, let us move on with those few remarks. Let us move on as quickly as possible and go back to do some work. Mr. Linturi, you would have done us great honor by resigning. You would have set a big precedent, and you would have gone down in history as a big man. Thank you.
Now, as we continue with the panel discussion, just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, we have seen some people making noise from Mithika Linturi anatoka wapi? From Meru. And they're crying to William Ruto. We will discuss about that. That save our own son. But their brothers in Mount Kenya, the other, in Naitwaje, east and west, the east or what? They are saying Mithika Linturi must go. That we are not here to protect thugs. Economic saboteurs should not be spared. Anyway, just ask yourself a question. When Mithika Linturi appears on the same platform with William Ruto in his capacity as the president, and this one as CS for agriculture, what image does he send outside? How does investors and well-wishers view Mithika Linturi when he's serving Kenyans in that capacity? There are good people outside there who mean well for Kenyans, who want to support the Kenyan farmers. But because of this man in office, they will always have a second thought. This is why the learned lawyer, John Khaminwa, is saying that as matter of principle, Mithika Linturi must go, and he should have resigned. Just for heaven's sake, to save Kenyans, resign. Whether you did it or not, it just happened under your watch. Whether you had closed your eyes or your eyes were open. Wewe funga virago tu, resign and go. The other time, Russia is a government. They gave Kenyan farmers free fertilizer to support them in agricultural sector. That was Russian government. Imagine if there was another country with the same idea like what Russia had to support the Kenyan farmers through free fertilizer. They want to do the same thing. Then they hear of what Mithika Linturi did under subsidized fertilizer, some given free. Will they be willing to give this fertilizer to farmers here in Kenya? I think they will have a second thought. So as matter of principle, this man must go. That is what Khaminwa is talking about. That he is making it very hard for farmers to benefit in any way. This mama mbogas and boda or hustlers kama sisi. So bado sisi tunafanya ukulima hapa wa kuku, mboga, mahindi, of course. But we cannot get that help that other well-wishers are thinking or wishing to help us through, because they know when they do so, we have greedy gluttons around here masquerading in these offices who are ready to benefit from this at expense of this help, as they dish us stones and soil in the name of fertilizer, even charging us some good amount of money for the same product. Hizi misaada zitaenda kule Uganda, Tanzania na kwingine, na wakulima hapa watabaki tu hivyo. The perception among Kenyans is that this man is not worth to serve in that office, in that capacity. Whether he's going to change or not, whether he was involved or not, anytime Kenyans, mama mboga and boda and hustlers will see Mithika Linturi, they see a compromised man. They cannot no longer trust him in any way. Mimi siwezi muamini kabisa. So anything that will come from this administration at iko na logo ya ile nembo ya serikali, logo, we are going to shy away from this because of this man. We will never trust it in any way. We can't use it. Even if we use it, we will never trust. So as a matter of principle, Mithika Linturi should have resigned. But because they have refused to resign, there is a message that that John Khaminwa is directing to the committee. That if I'm talking about you should have resigned as a matter of principle, this committee should speed up and make sure that Mithika Linturi must go. For heaven's sake, and to the favor of Kenyan farmers, even consumers. Because this is economic sabotage, we will not produce enough for watu wetu wale wako Nairobi kule kwengine, those who do not farm. Then we will be forced to import, and these goons who has been around this issue of spreading fake fertilizer, they are the ones who will also have these tenders to import food outside for consumers. Sasa nyinyi mko Nairobi na kwengine to consume at a very expensive price. Tunge produce hapa, cost of importation na mambo mengine ingekuwa chini, mngepata chakula at affordable price. So it is an economic sabotage. So what should happen? This man must go. So the good lawyer is urging the committee to make sure that this man is not anywhere near power. This impeachment will make Mithika Linturi never to hold any other public office in this country. Kama hamini, aulize nani? Mike Sonko. So even the good lawyer is helping Mithika Linturi. If you resign, you will have saved your name. At least, kama hutakuwa impeached, you know, when you resign, you won't be impeached. So you can serve in other capacities elsewhere. But kwa ujinga wako na kiburi chako, unaacha impeachment ifanyike paka to a conclusion, then you will never serve in any office. Utabaki tu mtu wa nini, hizi mambo ya nini, connections, tenders and hizo tu, but you will never serve in any capacity. You will never even appear in court on behalf of anyone as a lawyer, if you are one. So that is the big message from John Khaminwa. And Khaminwa mean good for this country. He has been there for long. Anytime there is such matter that is touching on Kenyans, you will see the old man coming out. He is a man who has even acted on pro bono. Anajitolea tu bila kulipwa chochote. Hata uenda hii labda malipo ni tofauti kidogo sana, just to facilitate, but not a compromised person. So this among good Kenyans who mean good for our well-being, who support us, who have always defended us in corridors of justice. So that is the strong message from John Khaminwa to this man, Mithika Linturi. I don't know how comfortable is William Ruto when Mithika is appearing all over, because Ruto has also a duty. He should have made or forced Mithika Linturi to step aside. Leave alone even firing him. Just make him to step aside and allow investigation to wash his hands clean. I don't know your views, but let us be in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you so much, and see you in our next video.